Hi everyone, it's Hunter, and first off, I'd like to apologize. I have a cold. My voice sounds super weird right now. But today, I decided that I wanted to tackle a subject that is very, very different and a little bit serious today, so I hope that you all do not mind. Today we're going to be talking about mental illness. First off, I did a little bit of research on mental illness just in general, just a couple of facts and stuff. I'll put my sources in the description bar below. So there is a stigma attached to mental illness, and a stigma is the mark of disgrace that sets a person apart. So if you think about that, people don't want to be labeled by an illness. So like if there's someone who is if someone has a broken arm, they're not going to be labeled as that girl with the broken arm. Well, they might be for physical references, but they're not always going to be that girl with the broken arm. So a person with a mental illness doesn't want to be labeled by their illness. That only makes it worse to those who suffer from the illnesses, because it makes them afraid of how their brains work and what's going on. They don't want to know about what's happening because no one wants to talk about it. No one wants to see it in a positive light. Those who do not have mental illnesses often stereotype those who do as crazy or insane. And while there are some cases where people act out of the extreme and go overboard more than usual, a majority of people who have the illnesses don't act like that. And it is so important that people understand to know what it means to be mentally unwell. There are numerous different illnesses, including anxiety, many different kinds of anxiety, depression, substance abuse, addiction, ADHD and ADD, bipolar disorder, eating disorders, obsessive compulsive disorder, and post-traumatic stress disorder. This list could go on and on and on. This is just a list of the common ones, the most common mental disorders. Well, a majority of people that have them are afraid to tell someone, or they're afraid to get help, or they don't even know that they have a problem, meaning that they can't even admit that they have a problem. Some have problems admitting it, and then others just don't know. Part of their illness is that they don't know that they have a problem. A lot of times people tend to brush off mental problems as something that someone has made up in their heads. They think it's a head problem, but if you think about it, it really is a head problem, but it's not just something that someone's made up. They don't see it as something real, but it is something real. They can't see it, they can't feel it, so it's not real to them. They don't think that they need to know about it because they don't think it's real. And so they're not educated on the issues that are being presented here. And because a good bit of people aren't educated, they haven't seen the full effects of someone's disorder. They don't know how to react in a way that will help when they do have to come across someone who is having a reaction or an attack or an episode, so to speak, to their disorder. Jesus calls us to love people. He is a great example of how to love other people. He spent his entire life with people who were ill and people who were broken in so many ways, and that's a great example to how we should be treating people with these kinds of illnesses. Learning about what's happening inside of someone's head is a great way to show that love. When someone has an episode or an attack, showing love is one of the best ways to help. Just showing someone that you're going to be there for them no matter what happens to them in their brains, it just makes them feel so much better, and it makes a situation seem like it's less scary. Because to be honest, no matter how someone may be reacting, they could be scared or sad or even angry. It's going to be a scary situation for every single person that's involved. Running to these people will greatly help them. It will help them to see that they're not some malformation, they're not some mutant, and that they're human just like everyone else. It helps us to see how Jesus lived his life with those who were ill in many different ways. For me, my family has struggled with illness, and to this day we still do. I have anxiety and mild depression, and I have gotten help. I am medicated for it, and it works beautifully. That doesn't always work for other people. Others in my family have other problems. I see the way that it affects other people around me, and it breaks my heart that they don't know what's going on and they don't know how to help, so it ends up hurting everyone in the end. I would like to apologize for this being such a deep topic today, but I felt like it was something that is close to my heart that needed to be shared with others. Thank you for taking the time to watch this, and I hope that if you suffer from a mental illness, or if someone who is in your family or a friend of yours is having problems with their mental health, that you could just encourage them to reach out and get the help that they need, and also to just be with them through everything and to not abandon them in their time of need. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great week. Bye!